Harlem Nights lit up screens 35 years ago with its legendary cast. Ever wondered how Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, and others have changed since then? Some transformations will amaze you. Let's dive into their then and now. Let's get started. Eddie Murphy as Quick. Did you know that Eddie Murphy once voiced the hilarious, mischievous donkey in the iconic animated movie Shrek's Thrilling Tales? While he's best known for his role as Donkey, he also made a lasting impression as Quick in Harlem Nights, a sharp-witted hustler with endless charm. But behind that iconic grin lies a story much deeper and more dramatic than any of his roles. Before becoming one of Hollywood's biggest stars, Eddie's life was shaped by heartbreak and resilience, crafting a journey that's just as captivating as his career. His father was tragically murdered in 1969 when Eddie was just 8 years old. Reflecting on this, Murphy shared, "My mother and father broke up when I was 3, and he died when I was 8, so I have very dim memories. He was a victim of the Murphy charm, laughs. A woman stabbed my father. I never got all the logistics. It was supposed to be one of those crimes of passion. If I can't have you, no one else will." Soon after, his mother became gravely ill, and Eddie, along with his older brother Charlie, 1959 to 2017, was placed in foster care for a year. For many, such hardship might have been overwhelming, but for Eddie, it became the soil in which his humor took root. Later, reunited with his mother and stepfather Vernon Lynch in Roosevelt, New York, Eddie discovered his love for comedy, inspired by Richard Pryor's albums as a teenager. And when the opportunity came knocking, Eddie seized it. In 1980, at just 19 years old, he joined Saturday Night Live. The show was in chaos. Its original cast and creator were gone, and ratings had plummeted. Yet Eddie didn't just thrive, he revitalized the entire series. His unforgettable characters, like Buckwheat and Mr. Robinson, brought laughter back to millions. Critics credited him with saving the show. But that was just the beginning. Eddie's transition to the big screen was seamless, with blockbuster hits like Beverly Hills Cop, 1984, catapulting him into superstardom. And though audiences loved his wild, edgy humor, he showed a softer side with family-friendly favorites like The Nutty Professor, Shrek, and Dr. Dolittle. Behind the spotlight, though, Eddie's personal life was as layered as any Hollywood drama. In 1997, he faced public scrutiny after being stopped by police with a transgender woman in his car, a moment Eddie's publicist described as a simple act of kindness blown out of proportion. Over the years, Eddie also made headlines for his relationships, including his 1993 marriage to Nicole Mitchell. The couple shared 5 children but divorced in 2006, with Eddie reportedly paying a $15 million settlement. Eddie's love life eventually found stability with Australian model Paige Butcher. The couple, who have 2 children, tied the knot in 2024 after over a decade together. At 64 years old, Eddie Murphy is far more than a comedian or actor. With a net worth stands at an estimated $200 million, making him one of the highest-grossing actors in film history. He's a philanthropist who's donated millions to causes like AIDS research and education. And he's a figure who defied odds to create one of the most remarkable careers in entertainment. Leila Rochon as Sunshine. Leila Rochon is a prominent actress with a diverse career, and her role as Sunshine in Harlem Nights, 1989, is undoubtedly one of the key highlights of her career. In this film, Rochon plays a beautiful and intelligent woman, creating an interesting dynamic with the legendary cast, including Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. Her performance not only helps highlight the film's humor, but also portrays the strength and sharpness of a woman navigating through a challenging period. However, Harlem Nights was just one part of Rochon's impressive artistic journey. Her true rise to stardom came in 1995 with Waiting to Exhale, where she portrayed Robin Stokes, a character that captured the hearts of audiences everywhere. The role wasn't just a stepping stone. It was a moment that made her a household name, earning her nominations for both an Image Award and an MTV Movie Award. From there, Leila's career soared, proving that she was far more than just a supporting character in an ensemble cast. Reese first rose to fame in the 1950s as a recording artist, scoring hits like "And That Reminds Me" and "Don't You Know?" She then transitioned to television, hosting The Della Reese Show and starring in Touched by an Angel as Tess, a role that earned her multiple awards including NAACP Image Awards and Emmy nominations. In the 1980s, Reese became an ordained minister, founding the Understanding Principles for Better Living Church. Her spiritual work was just as impactful as her entertainment career, helping guide many with her wisdom and positivity. Off-screen, Leila's journey has been just as dynamic. She married dancer and actor Adolfo Quiñones, better known as Shaba Du, though their marriage ended in 1987. In 1999, she found lasting love with filmmaker Antoine Fuqua, and together they have 2 children, Asia and Brando. Despite the highs, life hasn't been without challenges. Rochon experienced the heartbreaking loss of a miscarriage in 2001, yet her resilience shines through. At 59 years old, Leila Rochon is far from fading into the background. Today, Leila and Antoine Fuqua have built a life together, with an impressive combined net worth of $60 million. From playing Vera in Harlem Nights to becoming a powerhouse on the big and small screens, she remains a living testament to perseverance and talent, always shining brightly, never just a supporting role. Red Foxx as Benny Wilson. Red Foxx is a name that'll always bring a smile to those who loved his sharp wit and irreverent sense of humor. In Harlem Nights, Foxx starred as Bummy, a character as quick with his comebacks as he was with his charm. This role, alongside Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor, was just one more notch in the belt of a career that spanned decades. But Red Foxx wasn't just a TV star. His journey to fame was built on years of hard work in the gritty comedy clubs of the 50s and 60s, where he earned the title of the King of the Party Records. Foxx was all about pushing boundaries, making a name for himself with over 50 comedy albums, and establishing his legacy as one of the most iconic stand-up comedians of his time. His no-holds-barred comedy earned him a spot as number 24 on Comedy Central's list of 100 greatest stand-ups in 2004, further cementing his place in comedic history. His most famous role as Fred Sanford made him a household name. Not only was Foxx playing one of the most memorable TV characters in history, but he also managed to become the highest-paid actor on television for several years thanks to Sanford and Son. He took home a Golden Globe for Best TV Actor, Musical Comedy, and even snagged several Primetime Emmy nominations along the way. But, like many comedy legends, Foxx's personal life was a whirlwind. His marriages, combined with his extravagant lifestyle, led him into financial struggles. By 1983, he was filing for bankruptcy, and by 1989, his Las Vegas home was seized by the IRS. Despite these setbacks, Foxx never lost his comedic edge. He continued to bring laughter, even through his financial woes. In a surprising turn, Foxx married Kaho Cho in July 1991. A woman who had stood by him through thick and thin after some sad marriages. Foxx, who had previously sworn off marriage after 3 failed unions, had a rare moment of reflection, noting that Cho's loyalty made him appreciate the idea of love again. Unfortunately, just months after their marriage, Foxx tragically suffered a heart attack while filming The Royal Family. He was rushed to the hospital and passed away shortly after, at the age of 68. Though his final years were marked by financial difficulties, Foxx's legacy lives on in the laughter he brought to generations of fans. In the end, while his net worth may have been over $3.5 million in taxes. When he passed, Red Foxx left behind a priceless legacy of unforgettable comedy and timeless characters, none more iconic than Fred G. Sanford. Richard Pryor as Sugar Ray. Richard Pryor's role as Sugar Ray, the sharp-witted nightclub owner with a smooth-talking charm, was a perfect showcase of his genius. Alongside Eddie Murphy, Pryor delivered a performance that blended humor with layers of vulnerability and wisdom, making Sugar Ray one of his most memorable characters. Alongside Eddie Murphy, Sugar Ray navigated the gritty world of Harlem with a mix of humor, intelligence, and a touch of tragedy, all while maintaining his charm as a smooth-talking businessman. Before becoming a household name, Pryor's career had humble beginnings. Raised in his grandmother's brothel after being abandoned by his mother, Pryor experienced trauma from a young age, including sexual abuse and violence. His father, Leroy, was rarely around, and this troubled upbringing would later fuel much of his comedy. He turned his darkest moments into material, often making light of the very things that shaped him. He first gained recognition as a writer for the TV show Sanford and Son, but his true breakthrough came when he transitioned to performing. His stand-up comedy albums and unforgettable TV and film roles propelled him into the limelight. The 1977 The Richard Pryor Show was ahead of its time with cutting-edge sketches and biting satire, though it was considered too controversial for mainstream audiences. Still, Pryor's influence was undeniable, with his stand-up specials like Richard Pryor, Live on the Sunset Strip, 1982, becoming some of the greatest performances in comedy history, capturing both personal and political themes. Despite his personal battles, he was nominated for numerous awards, including 4 Primetime Emmys, and became a cultural touchstone for generations of comedians. Even in the face of illness later, including multiple heart attacks and a battle with multiple sclerosis, Pryor continued to work, creating iconic films like Stir Crazy, 1980, and JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling, 1986, a semi-autobiographical film he wrote, directed, and starred in. Beyond his career, Pryor's life was nothing short of chaotic, full of ups and downs, joy and sorrow, and even a little bit of fire. Literally. In 1980, after a series of personal and professional struggles, he made headlines when he set himself on fire while freebasing cocaine. It was a tragic moment that he later admitted was a suicide attempt. But true to his spirit, Pryor turned that dark chapter into an opportunity to speak openly about addiction and despair in a way that was both raw and, somehow, funny. His ability to find humor in the darkest corners of his life became his trademark. The man who once turned tragedy into comedy passed away on December 10, 2005, at the age of 65, but not before leaving behind a legacy that would continue to influence comedians and storytellers for decades to come. His estate, valued at $40 million, is a testament to a life that wasn't always easy but was certainly unforgettable. His children, however, have been embroiled in legal battles over his estate, continuing to feud with his widow over the control of his intellectual property. Despite this, Richard Pryor's legacy is undeniable. Even in death, his influence endures, and he continues to inspire generations of comedians and performers around the world. Della Reese as Vera. Della Reese wasn't just Vera in Harlem Nights. She owned the role. As the sharp, savvy nightclub owner in 1930s Harlem, she effortlessly commanded the screen alongside Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. Vera's power and vulnerability made her unforgettable, adding depth to the film's already legendary performances. But before Reese became one of the standout stars of Harlem Nights, her life had already been full of challenges and triumphs. Born in Detroit, she attended Wayne State University with dreams of a different future. But fate had other plans. When her mother passed away and her father's health declined, Reese dropped out of college to help support her family. She worked a variety of jobs, from being a truck driver to operating an elevator, showing that even in the face of hardship, she was a force to be reckoned with. Her career began in the 1950s as a recording artist, where she made a name for herself with hits like "And That Reminds Me" and "Don't You Know." With a voice that could move mountains, she quickly became a sought-after figure in the music industry. But just as she had conquered the music scene, Reese took a leap into television, becoming the host of the Della Reese Show, where her charm and wit captivated audiences. Her acting career followed suit, with appearances in films like Harlem Nights and Expecting Mary. But it was her role as Tess, on Touched by an Angel, that truly solidified her place in television history. As the wise and nurturing angel, Reese became a beloved figure, earning her countless awards, including multiple NAACP Image Awards and nominations for prestigious honors like the SAG Awards, Emmys, and Golden Globes. Beyond her entertainment career, Reese found a calling in spirituality. In the 1980s, she became an ordained minister through the Christian New Thought Unity, where she was able to combine her passion for helping others with her belief in the power of positive energy. Her ministry, Understanding Principles for Better Living, became a haven for those seeking guidance, much like the warmth and wisdom she exuded on screen. Reese's personal life saw her marry and divorce several times. Her first marriage ended in 1958, followed by two more short-lived unions. In 1983, she found lasting love with Franklin Lett Jr., with whom she shared a fulfilling life and raised 4 children. As she got older, Reese faced serious health struggles, including a type 2 diabetes diagnosis that she had neglected for years. Despite multiple surgeries and health setbacks, her determination to keep moving forward never wavered. Unfortunately, on November 19, 2017, Della Reese passed away at the age of 86 at her home in Los Angeles. Her legacy, however, lives on in her remarkable career and the lives she touched, both through her entertainment and her spiritual leadership. Michael Lerner as Bugsy Calhoun. Michael Lerner's role as Bugsy Calhoun in this movie is one of those performances that grabs your attention the moment he steps onto the screen. As the tough, menacing gangster running a speakeasy in 1930s Harlem, Lerner brought a unique blend of menace and vulnerability to his character, making Bugsy both intimidating and strangely relatable. His chemistry with Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor added another layer to the film, elevating it to a classic. While Harlem Nights was a standout, Lerner's career spanned decades, showcasing his remarkable versatility. He was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role as Jack Lipnick in the Coen brothers' Barton Fink, 1991, a performance that cemented him as one of Hollywood's most respected character actors. He played a wide range of roles, from the notorious Arnold Rothstein in 8 Men Out, 1988, to the over-the-top Phil Gilman in Amos and Andrew, 1993. Lerner's knack for embodying larger-than-life personalities made him a standout in any role. Beyond the silver screen, Lerner had an eclectic personal life. He was an avid collector of rare books, a connoisseur of Cuban cigars, and, according to him, a highly skilled poker player. These passions, along with his deep commitment to his craft, helped define him as a multifaceted individual. An interesting, yet often overlooked detail of Lerner's life was his missing index finger, which he lost due to an accident while working at a deli in New York City, an injury that didn't stop him from thriving in Hollywood. His distinctive appearance became part of his charm, making him instantly recognizable in every role. Tragically, Lerner passed away on April 8, 2023, at the age of 81, after complications from brain seizures. His death marked the end of an era for Hollywood character actors, but his legacy endures through his iconic roles. Berinda Tolbert as Annie. When Berinda Tolbert stepped into the role of Annie in Harlem Nights, she didn't just add to the film's star-studded ensemble, she brought an undeniable spark that lit up the screen. Amidst the electric energy of Harlem's nightlife, Tolbert's portrayal of Annie felt like a breath of fresh air, seamlessly blending warmth, wit, and a touch of vulnerability. Before joining the Harlem Nights cast, Tolbert had already made a significant mark in television. She is perhaps best remembered for her iconic role as Jenny Willis Jefferson on the groundbreaking CBS sitcom The Jeffersons, which aired from 1975 to 1985. Playing the daughter of Tom and Helen Willis, Tolbert was part of a show that broke barriers by featuring an interracial couple, and she became a beloved figure in many households across the country. Her role on The Jeffersons earned her a place in TV history, and she quickly became known for her charm and comedic timing. Then, Tolbert further expanded her career into independent film, starring in the 2011 movie Last Ride on the Midwest Pacific. Throughout her successful career, Tolbert kept her personal life grounded, marrying journalist Bob Reed in 1979. Today, Tolbert is 71 years old, still remembered for her powerful presence both in comedy and drama. From The Jeffersons to Harlem Nights and beyond, Berinda Tolbert's contributions to film and television remain an important part of entertainment history. Danny Aiello as Phil Cantone. Danny Aiello's role as Phil Cantone is an iconic one, displaying his trademark ability to embody a character with layers of both toughness and vulnerability. As part of a star-studded ensemble, Aiello carved out his own space, adding a sense of depth to the film's already rich mix of comedy and drama. His portrayal stands out not only for its intensity, but also for the unique energy Aiello brought to the screen, making his performance unforgettable. Did you know what his life was like before stepping into the world of film? Born in New York, Danny was the fifth of 6 children in a family of modest means. His father, a laborer, left when his mother lost her eyesight, and at just 7 years old, Aiello found himself moving to the South Bronx. There, he attended James Monroe High School, but his path took an unexpected turn when, at 16, Aiello lied about his age to enlist in the U.S. Army, embarking on a 3-year military journey that would mark the start of his rugged life experiences. Once he returned to New York, Aiello bounced between odd jobs, working tirelessly to support himself. His leadership abilities quickly came to the forefront when he became the president of the Amalgamated Transit Union's New York Local 1202, where he represented Greyhound bus workers. In addition, Aiello worked as a bouncer at the famous Improv Comedy Club, a role that further shaped his tough, no-nonsense persona, which would later help him land complex roles on the silver screen. As Aiello transitioned into acting, he quickly became recognized for his wide range of performances. Films such as Once Upon a Time in America, The Purple Rose of Cairo, and Moonstruck all showcased Aiello's ability to balance raw emotion with nuance. However, it was his turn in Do the Right Thing, 1989, that earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, cementing his status as one of Hollywood's finest. Aiello's personal life was just as full as his professional one. In 1955, he married Sandy Cohen, and together they raised 4 children: Danny III, Rick, Jaime, and Stacy. Sadly, Danny III, a stuntman and actor, passed away from cancer in 2010, and Rick, also an actor, followed him in 2021. On December 12, 2019, Danny Aiello passed away at the age of 86, leaving behind an indelible legacy of outstanding performances. At the time of his death, Aiello had a net worth of $6 million. His life story, from the struggles of his early years to becoming a beloved and respected actor, is a testament to his resilience and enduring talent. Jasmine Guy as Dominique LaRue. Jasmine Guy's role as Dominique LaRue showcased her undeniable talent and charisma, adding a touch of elegance and complexity to the film. Her performance as the sophisticated and determined character was memorable, blending perfectly with the film's dynamic mix of comedy and drama. Yet this was just one chapter in a remarkable career that spans both television and stage. Before Harlem Nights, Guy's journey began on the small screen with a dancer role in 7 episodes of the hit series Fame in 1982. This early role marked the beginning of her pursuit of acting, leading to a breakthrough in 1987 with A Different World, the successful spin-off of The Cosby Show. Running until 1993, Guy became an iconic figure on the series, appearing in every episode. What set her apart was her role as Whitley Gilbert, a character who evolved from a co-star to the lead after Lisa Bonet's departure. Beyond acting, Guy also contributed to the show's creative process by writing 3 episodes and directing 1. Her work on A Different World earned her critical acclaim, with 6 consecutive NAACP Image Awards for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series, a testament to her skill and versatility. Off-screen, Guy's personal life has also been part of her public story. She married Terrence Duckett in 1998, and the couple had a daughter, Imani, in 1999. However, after 10 years of marriage, Guy and Duckett divorced in 2008, citing irreconcilable differences. Guy and her daughter moved back to Atlanta following the split. Jasmine Guy was known for her close personal friendships with notable figures, including the late rapper Tupac Shakur and former football star O.J. Simpson, adding an unexpected layer to her public persona. With a net worth of $4 million, at 63, Guy continues to leave a lasting impact in both the entertainment industry and the world of theater. 10th, Stan Shaw as Jack Jenkins. Stan Shaw's portrayal of Jack Jenkins in Harlem Nights adds a dynamic layer to the film's already rich ensemble, capturing the essence of a man who is tough yet vulnerable, ready to challenge, but also quick to relent. His character, with his sharp demeanor and commanding presence, fits perfectly into the high-stakes world of Harlem nightlife that the movie explores, balancing both comedy and drama with finesse. Born in Chicago, Illinois, Shaw's artistic roots run deep. He is the son of Bertha Shaw and saxophonist Eddie Shaw, and his musical legacy extends through his cousin, the legendary soul singer Sam Cooke, and the late Tyrone Davis. His brother, Von Shaw, also a musician, further contributes to this artistic lineage. This rich musical and creative background played a significant role in shaping Shaw's career and his approach to acting. Before becoming an actor, Shaw lived a diverse life. He was a skilled martial artist, instructing in karate, judo, and jujutsu in Chicago, where he earned a first Dan black belt in judo and jujutsu, and a second Dan in karate. Shaw's disciplined approach to martial arts would later influence his acting, bringing a unique intensity to his roles. His early theatrical experiences included roles in the Chicago production of Hair and the Broadway rock musical Via Galactica, 1972, which was directed by Peter Hall. These performances provided Shaw with the experience needed to transition into film and television. Shaw took a break from the screen in the 2000s and early 2010s with selective roles in The X-Files and CSI crime scene investigation. He returned to the big screen in 2022 with The Family Business on BET+, playing Larry Duncan, a role he reprised in the 2024 spin-off The Family Business, New Orleans. Stan Shaw is married to Dr. Zoe Shaw, an author and psychotherapist, who has been a strong presence in his life both personally and professionally. Today, Stan Shaw is 71 years old and remains a respected figure in the entertainment industry, with an extensive career that spans theater, film, and television. The cast of Harlem Nights, 1989, has had some amazing journeys over the years, from continued success in film and TV to inspiring roles in theater. It's incredible to see how far they've come since the movie first hit theaters. How do you feel about the cast's transformation? Which journey surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun updates.